Hi and welcome to Fun Swedish. The video you're about to see is about telling time in Swedish. And you're gonna notice that Swedish has its own way to talk about time, a little bit different than most other languages. So pay a lot of attention to the little differences in this video. This is one of many things that our students learn during our courses. And as you will see, this video is part of a course, Kanelbullekursen, which is also known as Swedish for Beginners 2. If you want to know more about the live courses, you can check it out and sign up in the link below. The course is starting in a couple of days, so places might run out. So make sure to book your place in the course as soon as possible. So now let's start with the video.
Okej, bra jobbat. För nu ska vi ska byta ämne. This is the new part. Vi ska prata om klockan. How the clock works in Swedish. I can show you. Okay, it looks like this. Vad är klockan? So, we're going to talk a little bit how the time works in Swedish. It's a little bit tricky. Because we need to be on time to our meetings. Vi måste komma i tid till våra möten. Eller till en fest or anything. It's important with time in Sweden. Oftast. Most often. Men first of all, we don't ask for the time. We ask for the clock. That's a big difference from the start. So if you see, can you see the document, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay, bra. So let's read together. So if I want to ask for the time, like what time is it? We say actually, what is the clock? So say after me. Vad är klockan?
Vad är klockan?
And if you say it really fast, maybe it's more like, vad är klockan? Vad är klockan?
Klockan.
Bra. Vad är klockan? Perfect. Okay, bra. Anyone that wants to just guess what time is now, like that can just improvise. Anyone that wants to try it without even knowing how it works, like.
47.
Okay, bra. 6:15.
7.
Perfect. 7:20. It's okay. You just have another partial area accent. It's okay. 47. Okay, so let's look at this. Can you see? Do you all see the clock, klockan? Let's go through some vocabulary. First we have prick. This is also fun for English speaking. Prick. Say after me. Prick. Prick. So prick is how we say on the spot. Like it doesn't mean idiot. It means on the dot. Like exactly. Prick. Bra. And then we have so till exempel klockan är prick 6. Like exactly 6, for example. Then we have, so past, you can also see here, if you see what I'm writing here, past is how we say över. Say it together with me. Över. So I know in Spanish this would be E, so in English it's past. Över. Bra. And if you see in the clock, you can see it's on this side, on the other side. Över. Bra. And then we have kvart. And here the R is very soft because we have a T after, so it's like kvart. That's quarter. And then över again. Okay, and soon I'm gonna leave this I halv because that's the complicated part. Just jump to the other side. E. That's how we say 2, like 5 to 6 or menos in Spanish. So E is the one on this side, and we are here on that side, the other side, the left side. Bra. So I will show you. Let's go through this. If you can you see when I move the document?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's read. If I want to say the clock is 1 exactly on the dot, I can say, read after me. Prick ett.
Prick ett.
So maybe I ask you, vad är klockan? And then you can answer prick ett. Or you can just say ett if you want, right? Ett.
Okay.
Both are okay. If you want to say like exactly 1, then it's prick ett. Bra. So if I want to say it's 5 minutes over 1, we don't use. You can also do digital, but we use a lot the analog form, not so much digital. So, but you can say both. But here I would say 5:01. 5:01. 5 minutes over 1. 5 minutes past 1. Bra. Then we have 10:01.
över ett.
Ja. 10 over 1, like 10 minutes past. Bra. Kvart över ett.
Kvart över ett.
Bra. 20 över ett.
20 över ett.
Bra. And here comes the fun part, or the tricky part, and how you want to describe it. So, I don't know how it works in your language, but we see the clock very differently from most languages. We don't say, first of all, if we look at half, like if we look at 13:30, we say halv två. Halv två.
Halv
två.
So what we are basically saying is 1:30. It's like a half an hour until 2. So we kind of telling already what the future will. It's like we are already in the future. We tell you it's coming. It's going to be 2. So this is different, especially from English and also from I know Spanish. So we say 1:30. 1:30 when we're referring to 30. Halv två. Bra. So it's basically like half an hour before 2.
I say that a lot in English, 2:30. Just
You
like,
do that? Oh.
I say that half 3. I think it's a thing where I'm from, but I say
Great,
2:30,
Connor.
3:30.
Were there any Vikings there where you're from? Were the Viking area?
Potentially.
Yeah, kanske. Okay. Yeah. Okay, interesting. That would be easy for you. But what about 13:25? Do you have this thing? 5:30.
25 minutes past.
No.
5 minutes to half 2.
Exactly. So when we say 13:25, we say 5 minutes before 1:30. So this is the complicated part. This is if you look at the clock again, you can see I halv. So when it's 5 minutes, this is very tricky for the brain. I think Swedish kids learn the clock very late in school because of this. But it's 5 minutes. It's like first see the halv två, which is half 2. 13:30, and then you see 5 minutes before. It's like it's 5 minutes before becoming 1:30. It's very, very weird, but that's how we say it. We're gonna practice this a lot, so don't worry about it. Okay, just say after me. 5:30.
5:30.
Bra. And if you want to cheat, just say 13:25. If you want to cheat, just do digital. It's okay as well. Bra. Okay, let's go on the other side. If I want to say 13:35, 5:30. 5:30. It's like 5 minutes over 1:30. Very complicated, but that's how we say the clock. And this is very confusing when you learn in the beginning. 5:30. So we say it's like 5 minutes have passed before becoming 1:30. That's how we say 13:35. Okay, we're going to practice this a lot, so don't worry about it. So it's like you should see this part. You should see the halv as its own part of the clock. Because then
I know one question.
Yes,
it's like
tell me.
femtio and shugo we use. That 15 is for quart use, right?
Yes.
It's like 15 is quart or
yes,
it's
I mean
like-
you could also say 15. You can also say 15 över.
So-
You're right, but I think it's more common to just say kvart.
quart. It's
Yeah.
like more specific for the clock alone.
Yes. It's more exactly. It's more when you see or a cake, like something that's round. That's correct. Otherwise, you can also say 15.
Yeah, it's everything others, so it's a number.
Yes. You're right. Very good. Bra. Okay, let's just do some more time. 22. 22.
22.
Now we go back to make more sense. So 20 minutes before 2. 22. 42. 42.
22.
Bra. 10:02.
10:02.
5:02.
5:02.
Eller 2. Eller prick 2.
Prick.
Bra. Okay. Then some other things that can be useful to use is how you say on the morning. Like normally we don't use so much AM and PM like in English. We because we understand by the context, and Swedish people don't work so long either. So it's normally we understand. Normally we're talking about morning or not. But if you want to be extra clear, specific, if I want to say in the morning, can you see it in the picture? På, and this also sounds fun in English because it's pronounced like moron. På morgonen. På morgonen.
På morgonen.
Perfekt.
Morgonen.
På morgonen.
Morgonen.
Exactly. So even if it's written morgonen, we pronounce it morgonen. på morgonen. Så till exempel om jag säger klockan 8 på morgonen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Klockan 8 på morgonen.
8 in the morning.
Excellent. 8 in the morning. Perfekt. Then we have mitt på dagen. Mitt på dagen. In the noon. Mitt på dagen. So I mean like 12. 12 mitt på dagen. Here comes an interesting thing. Then we have in the afternoon. And afternoon for us is på eftermiddagen. Say after me.
På
eftermiddagen. It's like it literally translations after midday or after dinner, if you want to kind of say. But it actually means after midday. But middag, the word middag also means dinner. And this is very confusing, but it has to do because back in the old days, we ate dinner. Swedish was a poor country. We didn't eat so much, and we ate it very early. We actually ate the dinner during midday. So that's why the word midday and dinner is the same word in Swedish. It can be useful. But here we say eftermiddag, but it's more specific. Eftermiddag. Bra, perfect. But middag can also mean midday something, or dinner. Perfekt. Så om jag säger till er klockan 2, säg efter mig, klockan 2 på eftermiddagen.
På eftermiddagen.
Bra. Exactly. So 2 in the afternoon. And in English you say in, but we say on because på works more like on. We have another preposition there. Perfect. And then maybe på kvällen. Bra. In the evening. Klockan, I mean, you need to define evening as well. What is evening? That depends on the country and the culture. But maybe in Sweden we would say 6. 6 is kvällen already, especially in winter. Så på kvällen. Bra. Eller på natten. In the night. Bra jobbat.
Now it's time to talk about our video courses. If you can't join our live courses, then we also have normal video courses that you can take whenever you want. We have video courses for all levels, from beginner to upper intermediate. You can find them in the link below and even get a 10% discount using the promo code SWEETTUBE. Now let's continue with the video.
Frågor, questions so far? I'm gonna ask you now. Vad är klockan? And you can say it's 1855. Vad är klockan? Anyone?
1855.
På svenska? Oj. We have different version here. Okay, I would say klockan är... I'm gonna write here. Klockan är 5 i 7. 5 i 7. 5 minutes before 7 to 7. 5 i 7. Questions? 5 i 7. Bra, perfect. So every morning when you woke up, you're gonna practice this because we're gonna do more exercise next week as well with the clock. We didn't have time for all of it, but pay extra attention to this 5 i halv, 5 över halv. Bra. Let's see, do you have anything else here in this document? Okay, yeah, timmar, hours. Just say after me. Timmar. Minuter. Sekunder. Some words are very similar to English. Det är ganska samma som engelska. Men vi älskar K. We love K in Swedish. Just put the K. Just put the K and it makes a Swedish word. In English you would write with a C, but we write with K instead. Okay, bra jobbat.
Minuter, right?
Minuter. So here, very good. So you see, the timmar, the E is very short because we have double consonant. Timmar. But in the other word, the E is just one. We have just one consonant after the E. So it's like really long E. Minuter. Bra. Sekunder. Very long vowels because we have just one consonant after the vowels.
Sekunder.
Bra. How would you say approximately? Like if I ask, what is the clock? And you want to say Kind of, or approximately.
Nästan.
Oj, okej, bra. Cirka is one word. Yes, cirka. Can you see if I write here? Cirka. Cirka 7. Bra. Any other options?
Nästan. Something like
Nästan, yes, absolutely. Nästan 7. Nästan is almost. Cirka is more like English circle. And nästan is almost. Any other? Have you heard this word? Typ. Typ can mean so many different things, but it's maybe more slang. Typ 7. Typ around that area. Like, it's just a little. It also means kind of almost or kind of. Maybe it's more like kind of in English. Okej, så jag frågar er nu. Vad är klockan? Anyone?
cirka 7.
Cirka 7. Bra. Any other options?
Typ 7.
Typ 7. Ja, bra. Okej, bra. Perfekt. Nästan 7. All of them are valid. Jättebra. Okej. Perfekt. Fler frågor? Nothing mess here. Okay, I'm going to stop the sharing now. Bra. Så, nästa vecka. Vi hann inte så mycket. Nästa vecka så kommer vi läsa en dialog. We're going to read a dialogue with the clock. So if you have time, översätt. Try to translate this as a homework. Översätt hemma. We have like, for example, Anders har ett läkarbesök. Anders has a doctor appointment. It's something to do with real life situations, normally at work or something. And everything's talking about time. So when something finishes, when something ends. And we're also going to talk about opening hours, Hemköp, and Systembolaget. This is maybe for more if you live in Sweden. We're going to talk more about that next week. Och I gave you a list of the most common words, de vanligaste orden på svenska. This is really useful. The most common words in Swedish. And it's a list in the order. And we don't have any bad words. We don't have any fan here because it's more the literal, the spelling, how people write, not so much how you talk. Because otherwise you would have ja and fan and hey and all that. But this is really, really useful as well. So what I want you to do, if you have time, otherwise we do it together, översätt, translate this dialogues because you're going to practice this together 2 and 2 next week. And then also look at the list of the most common words and see if you can find the most common words in this text. Because I want to show you how common these words are, why it makes sense to learn this by heart. And actually, one fun fact, the most common sentence in Swedish. Jag vet inte. What is jag vet inte? It's just the sentence most Swedish people say in all situations. Jag vet inte. Luciana, what is jag vet inte?
Jag vet inte i svenska.
Ja, bra. I don't know. It means I don't know. Exactly. This is the most common sentence Swedish people say. That's why we need people from other countries so you can come and change this because we don't know so much. Jag vet inte. I don't know. Jättebra. But so kind of, if you understood, so translate this phrase. You will have some also verbs. So we're going to practice some verbs as well on the other side. Very useful to see these verbs because they're very, very common. Like in English, you have har, vara, veta, gå, very common verbs. So översätt den och leta efter de vanligaste orden i den här dialogen. Toppen. Vad är klockan? Vad är klockan nu? Vad är klockan?
Prick 7.
Bra. And you're not bra. Well, it depends on your class. You don't want to say prick? No, okay. Prick 7. Bra jobbat.
So, that was the video for today. Remember that this video is just a small part of the Kanelbullekursen, which is about 15 hours long and it's full of fun Swedish videos. Go and check it out in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Tack så jättemycket. Vi ses nästa vecka. Hej då!